Let's get a word on all of this. James Matthewson, writer, political commentator, former Labour spokesman, is with us. Good afternoon to you, James. Can you hear us okay, James?
I can.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I nearly didn't hear you over the fireworks in Birmingham. I mean, that was... Andrew Lloyd Webber can't put on a show like that, it seems. What did you make of it?
Worrying times, Ian. Very, very, very worrying times. The language that I've just heard repeated by Nigel Farage is the language of Donald Trump. There's no doubt about it. Everything from, I've written down a few things, no one cares more than I do. Excuse me, I mean, it's just staggering the way that he's talking about himself, the ego that's been stroked. And this is a man who is fresh off the plane from America, talking down this country and slagging us off on the world stage. It is absolutely staggering to see him taken to the stage and, you know, saying, I'm ready to now be your next Prime Minister after doing something like that. It just blows my mind.
Is that not what a party leader's meant to do? I mean, the Green, Jack Palance will be doing the same at the Green conference, and I'm sure Ed Davey, I think he's still around, will be doing the same at the Lib Dems, and of course, so will Kemi Badenoch.
Well, this is it. It's not so much that fact of that. It's the fact that, look, this is up against the fact he's just got back from America, where he is, you know, hand in glove with Donald Trump on everything. And I understand there will be those of your viewers who like that. There'll be those of your viewers who wish Donald Trump was our leader and our leader right now. The concern about this for me is the pathological issue that Nigel Farage has with A, the truth, and B, freedom of speech, when the very irony is that he talks about himself and his supporters being stopped from saying things that they want to be able to say, when actually the reality of the fact is he doesn't like anybody disagreeing with him. He shuts down local newspapers from reporting on their councils that they control, and everything you've seen from him leads us down a path that,
well, one councillor banned a journalist from a council meeting. I mean, that's not really Nigel Farage's diktat, right? I mean, that's not the direction of travel.
He shuts down anybody who tries to challenge him. He gaslights. He spins, he pivots.
Well, he might disagree with the challenge. I've not heard him shut down any. I've not heard him ban anybody because they disagree.
Every question I've heard from a journalist, he either gaslights it or spins it back. This is not a man who likes being challenged on anything that he talks.
Did you hear Keir Starmer yesterday when asked, you know, will he sack Angela Rayner if it turns out she's broken the rules? He couldn't answer that either. I mean, is that gaslighting? Is that lying?
No,
is that venality?
I think that's just somebody who doesn't know what he's doing, to be honest, right now, which is very concerning in itself. Look, the main political parties in Britain are responsible for this. They are responsible for the Nigel Farage show. They have allowed this to happen, whether it be the Tories giving in to him on Brexit, whether it be the Labour Party just completely capitulating their duties in government. It is a complete mess at the moment. And unfortunately, when people face desperate times, they look to desperate measures to resolve them.
What is desperate about this? You've got desperate measures. I mean, I understand. You know, you're not going to be a Nigel Farage supporter, James, but have you done what a lot of people, not just on the left, but in the Conservative Party as well, spectacularly miss? Things have moved. Times have changed. Appetites are in different places now, and people are fed up with the status quo. They're fed up with the conventions, the kind of almost groupthink of Westminster. They're looking for something new. They're looking for somebody who speaks their language. Nigel Farage speaks their language. I mean, this isn't just a kind of a fringe group anymore. This party's ahead in the polls by some measure.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you're right. You're 100% right on all of that. This is the failings of that entire political class.
But you're talking about it as if there's been some horrendous error in our anthropological journey. No. You know, something's gone terribly wrong when people are supporting Nigel Farage.
No, I mean, the thing is, here's the reality. You point out, you know, very rightly so, that this is the making of years of people not being listened to, of those issues on repeat from government, people not understanding the lives of real people communities like those that I grew up in Northumberland and working class communities in the northeast. You know, we've seen this for years. Every government has just neglected these people and not done enough. Now, when I campaigned for the Labour Party, you know, for 15 years nearly to get them into government, I wanted to see that change made through the Labour Party, and I believed it could be through the democratic processes of the Labour Party. The Labour government that we've got in power right now have just done absolutely nothing to seriously tackle those issues. They've done some good things, I grant them it. A lot of them Angela Rayner's responsibility, ironically. But unfortunately, we have not seen enough, because people's lives so drastically changed and things have become so bad for so many people that they need real change. And the only person right now who has the platform and who seems to look authentically and believe in what they're saying is Nigel Farage. That's one side of it, right? Agree with that altogether. The other side of it is, I want to say to your viewers, do not believe a word this man says.
Why?
Nigel Farage
Why?
is a symptom of a problem because he's a liar, he's a charlatan.
Why is it? Because you disagree with him, James? He's
no,
a
not
liar
because I
and a
disagree
charlatan?
with him, because he's a former banker, right, who contributed towards the banking crisis.
There's a lot of bankers in the Labour Party.
In 2008. There are, exactly. That's my issue with them as well, Ian. I'm not saying, I'm not here to defend the Labour Party or anything like that. I'm saying they've all got their issues. The problem is, Nigel Farage is not your solution. If tomorrow Nigel Farage had every single immigrant out of this country, as is his will and his want, you would not get that money in those communities that he promises you. You would not get the radical change that you want, because we've just heard him there standing up saying that he wants to serve the millionaires and the billionaires, as Donald Trump has done in America.
But he didn't say that, did he? You're giving a skewed interpretation.
He said he wants to bring back. He wants to bring back the poor rich people who've been chased out of this country. That's what he said.
That's a good thing, right? We want more people who are rich and successful and entrepreneurs.
Not when people are suffering. The problem is
they're not suffering at the expense of a rich bloke.
No, they are. They really are. We have seen more billionaires created.
Yeah, why is that a bad thing? We've got more billionaires than we used to have. That's a good thing, right?
It's that discrepancy.
They haven't stolen the money from poor people.
It's that staggering. Yes, they have.
How have they stolen? Well, they went round people's houses and robbed them.
How do you become a billionaire?
No, the Labour government have stolen money from poor people. The Conservative Party have stolen money from poor people.
I'm sorry. The government does not steal money. This idea, this narrative.
It does if it taxes the pants off you, removes your winter fuel allowance and tells farmers to get in the bin. That's theft.
Bad policies. But let me tell you now that you do not. Taxation is not the same as a private company. Nigel Farage has no commitment to our NHS. He has no commitment to our welfare state. He has no commitment to public services. This is a private banker, a very wealthy individual. And I'm not being funny, but if you look at the social issues, I have never seen a man so comfortable shaking hands with rapists, whether it be Conor McGregor, Donald Trump, Andrew Tate. This man keeps bad company. He's bad news for us, and he's a cancer on our politics.
Well, if you want to go through everyone who had a photograph taken with a person that we then later discovered had a nefarious past, there's a big fat list of those people you've advised, people you've worked with before, James. Have spent many a time breaking bread with dodgy characters.
I am confident that I have not stood and smiled and shaken hands with 4 or 5 rapists.
Well, you may not have done. You may not have done, but half your party loved the quaff of champagne. Well, Ian, the party that you were a spokesman for.
Great, yeah. The party that I once had. Listen, like your viewers, the party that I once had faith in that I no longer do. Yeah. My point is, right, I'm not saying support them. I'm not saying support anyone. I'm saying don't support Nigel Farage.
Yeah, but you don't really know why, other than your innate leftness, James, precludes you from understanding the appetite of what people are looking for.
It's not the appetite of what people are looking for. This is textbook fascism. We've seen this in America.
Textbook fascism?
It's textbook the path to fascism.
Mosley was textbook fascism, not Nigel Farage. A bloke went to school in Dulwich, happened to work in the city.
Yeah, what happened when he was at school in Dulwich? What did his teacher say about him when he was at school?
Well, I'm pretty sure lots of our teachers said some dodgy things about us.
Nobody called me fat. None of my teachers, they had many gripes about me, and I tell you, but none of them had concerns that I might be fascist.
Well, maybe one of them didn't like Nigel Farage. I can't speak on behalf of his teacher from 45 years ago.
The concern is that there is a pattern here. You find someone to blame, you scapegoat them, you point everybody in that direction, you enrich enrich your friends. You work for the interests of a private, wealthy elite, as Nigel Farage has always done as a banker.
But if that was the case, he wouldn't win the election again, would he? He wouldn't win another election.
It's not that he wouldn't win the... Of course he won the election. Adolf Hitler won an election.
I don't think we're quite talking...
I'm sorry.
Equivalences here, are we?
With the severity in which it deserves. You elect these people at your peril. Donald Trump right now is elected. He has a mandate.
Give me an example where somebody has elected somebody at their peril based on the kind of criteria you're referring to.
What do you mean?
Why would it be at your peril if you vote for Nigel Farage? Yeah, I mean...
Adolf Hitler, Mussolini...
Well, so you're now saying that if you vote for reform, it's the equivalent of voting for the Nazi Party or for Mussolini?
I seriously believe, I'm afraid, that we are on a dangerous, dangerous path.
I seriously believe you're on another planet, James. You can't get your head around it. You're so stuffed up your kind of socialist roots that you can't get your head out your backside and see the light.
I think you can't see the light. I think those of you in conservative talking TV and radio, unfortunately...
I'm just asking the questions here. I'm just asking... Listen, I'm a man who respects Jeremy Corbyn, for goodness sake.
Yeah, great.
I can see why people would like Jeremy Corbyn, but I can also see why people would like Nigel Farage.
Can you not see the danger of Nigel Farage?
Well, I can see why some people might say, oh, I don't think he's very good, I'm not going to vote for him. I don't think the word danger springs to mind when I think of Nigel Farage.
You can't see danger. When people scapegoat communities and minorities...
OK, we've got the news coming up. We have to stop there.